So the question is, what is 127 film and why would you want to use it? Let's find out. Okay, welcome to my video. What is 127 film? Well, it's a paperback film like 120, and it comes on a spiral and you load it into your camera with the paperback, and then as you wind it on, the numbers show through the little window just like 120 film. It was popular in the 1940s and 1950s. Basically that's how most cameras came. So for an example, the now famous Kodak Brownie 127 took 127 film. So, oh, it's a bit stiff. So you loaded the film across there from there to there, and you put this inside, and then you have a little window here, and as you wound the film across, it would come and the numbers would show in the window, and you'd probably get 12 pictures with most of these cameras. So why would you want to do it? Old plastic cameras or Bakelite cameras like this one? Well, it's fun. I mean, look at this little baby. I saw this in a junk shop or antique shop, whatever, and it wasn't very expensive, and it works. It's just a gorgeous little camera, and I thought to myself, really, 127? Because when I was, I don't know, 10 or 11 years old, I bought my very first camera with my own pocket money, which I saved up for, which was an Ilford Sporty 4, and that was a 127 camera, and it used to take great pictures. And then when I saw this, I thought, well, that's a little darling, isn't it? Would it take good pictures? Could it take good pictures? So, I mean, it's so basic, it's not true. Just a spring that fires the shutter, but I have run a film through it, and it came out really well, and I'll show you those later on. But what I will do is I'll show you how to, all locked off, I'll show you how to load one of these, how to load the film, and then I'll show you the pictures that I took. So, hope you enjoy. So I suppose the first question one would ask is, how do you get into open the cameras? It's just not a matter of pulling up the levers. So they're all different. On this one, you swing that over, and that opens up like that, and then you can see you've got your take-up spool in there. You wind it through, and then the film will go across there. With the Brownie 127, which is the most common 127 camera, I suppose, you turn that to open it. That comes off. You've got your take-up spool. It's on the wrong side, isn't it? The take-up spool should be on that side. You see there's a little groove in there. So you fit that in the groove. And then when you turn that, you hear it click into place, and then the spiral turns. Oh, one way around. And then that goes back in there, and then you just lock it off like that. And this one's the easiest one. You just slide that over there, and that comes out like that. So we're actually going to load this one up. So obviously what you need to do is, when you buy a 127 camera, make sure that it comes with a 127 take-up spiral, because obviously when you load the film from here to there, you want the spiral, and then this becomes your spare spiral then when you buy your next film. But I would also ask that when you send it away to have it developed, if you're going to do that, that you ask the the person that develops it for you, to ensure that they send you back the spiral, the spool. Right, okay, so you can see this is an old film that I use for teaching my students, so it's been pretty worn out, but it works. So as you can see, that's in there now, because it's not held in there, so you have to be careful it doesn't jump off. And we pull it across. There we go, like that. There's plenty of space before we get to the film, so there's no need to worry about light getting in, as long as you hold it reasonably tight. And then what you do is you feed that into there, and then you start to turn it. You make sure, of course, that this is all collected at the top and the bottom with that little groove, and then you start to turn it. And what I do is I turn it until I see those two arrows, and then that tells me now it's time to put it into the camera. So I'll put it into the camera, lock it so that it's securely in, and now we have to look in the little red window to see the numbers. So make sure you're in good light when you're doing this, because it's easy to miss the numbers, and then you'll find that you've bound through the whole film and you've not used it up. So don't panic. There we go. There's our first arrow telling us that we're on our way. There's two more arrows, and there's the number 1. So that's our number 1. So that's ready to take our first picture. So then we would take our first picture using that as the viewfinder. And then when we've taken our picture, we would move on, prepare it to number 2. And we're ready to take our next picture. It really is as simple as that. Now, it is a lovely little camera, and I've taken pictures with it, and I shall now show you what the pictures look like. I was really pleased with them, I really was. So it's the actual size of a 127 roll film. It's 46mm wide, which of course is larger than a 35mm film and smaller than a 120. The pictures on most cameras took were rectangular 4cm by 4cm negatives, which is really a nice size. Some cameras took a 4x6 negative, which of course is larger, but you've got less pictures on your roll. And then there was the 4x3, which is really a half frame of a 4x6. With a 4x4 camera, you would get 12 images on a roll. With a 4x6, you'd get 8 images. So obviously with a 4x3, you'd get 16 images on a roll. As you can see from the picture, the film manufacturer and the camera manufacturer have got together so that the film manufacturer has placed the numbers on the back of the paper so they correspond with the window that the manufacturer puts on. So the mystery is now solved of how the camera knows how many pictures it's going to take on a roll of film. So if it's going to take 16 pictures, you can see that the window would be at the top. And if it's going to take 12 pictures, the window would be in the middle. And if it's going to take 8 pictures, the window would be at the bottom. So we can see that the numbers on the top row run much closer together, and the middle row they're more spread out, and the bottom row they're even more spread out. And we know that with the Diana F cameras you can actually see that for yourself, because they have a little window on the back that allows you to switch from 12 to 16 pictures. When you can change the inside of the camera so that it matches the size of the negative. But that gives you an example of how it works. It's often a question I'm often asked, but it's quite simple really. So here are the pictures that I took. They're all 4x4 as you can see. I've printed them through Lightroom and Photoshop. So although they're negatives and they're scanned, they're printed digitally, if you understand. However, I'm rather pleased with the way they all came out. What film and what type of film and how they were processed is a little note underneath each picture. I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you're going to have a foray into 127 cameras. They're good fun, and it's a rather nice going back and trying different things. If you've enjoyed my video, then please do hit the like button. It gives other people the opportunity then to see the video. YouTube will promote it. If you've enjoyed it that much, then please do subscribe. I've got lots and lots of videos for you to see regarding analog photography, and I'm hoping that everybody's learning along with me, my students included. And please, as I produce a video each week now, do look forward to the following week. You never know what it could be, something that might interest you even more. And I look forward to seeing you all in a week's time, and have a photographically wonderful week. Thank you.